YouTube, what's the deal? This your favorite coach, Koach, and today I got a banger for you, and we finna get into it. Today we gonna discuss game culture in the youth coaching community. Hey, this right here, I already know my phone finna ring. I already know it might be some backlash, but I've been seeing it, I've been hearing it, and we all come from those type of backgrounds. But at the same time, we finna get into it today. But as always, before we even talk about anything, let's give honor to the sponsors. Oh, yeah, real quick, shout out to William Clinton Elementary, man. I went out there today. I got to cut a couple of kids hair today, man. I had some great conversations. The assistant principal over there, Miss Donald, like I said, sweet lady. Hey, nothing but hospitality. Hey, she's doing a great job over there coordinating and making sure that we can, get these kids right, man. So, hey, thank you once again, Miss Donald and William Clinton Elementary. So what's up with it? Let's get to it. Today I'm going to take it slow, and I'm going to make sure I cover everything because this is probably the most serious subject I done had to cover so far with my short run. So today I want to talk about the game culture and just certain immaturities that take place in the youth coaching community. Let's start with some of these organizations. You see it all the time. A lot of these organizations are nothing more than just the extension of their neighborhood and all the negative stuff that it represents. From the colors to the swag to the dress code to the hand signs to the certain words to just the whole aura of it. And that has to stop. Like, if your program is not the beacon of light for your community, you're failing. You're failing. I didn't watch a lot of coaches treat their youth as peers and just certain things that they do and their certain actions. It's ridiculous. Coming around their kids smelling like weed, talking about certain subject that's not kid friendly. You're a grown man. No grown man should hang his hat on getting respect from his kids as an OG when you a youth coach. If you want to be an OG or a big homie, listen, stay in your community and do that stuff there. No kid should be able to leave his hood and still continue. Well, no kid should leave the community with a youth, supposed to be youth leader, a youth coach, and still act the certain way he acts in this community. No, that's not how this works. When you asking these people to give you their kid and you promising them that you're going to show them how to play sports and get them ready for college, if all you doing is just showing them how to play sports, you're lying to those parents and you're failing those kids. Youth coaching is a calling. It's your job to be it's your job to be the example to these kids that they need for them to make it in life. Your job is to change them and help them get out the hood. But if you're no more than a reflection of what they're already doing in the hood and all the negative influence that's in the hood, all you do is just talk about sports, show them how to do certain things better in sports. And I mean, you in the way. You have no benefit to these kids. I done heard plenty of coaches be like, man, sit down, man, on the blood or on the crib or whatever, on BD, on this. And man, that's crazy to me. I don't really think you understand the impact that has on kids. For a lot of kids, you are the first example of a father figure, a brother figure, and a male figure, period. So a lot of these kids listen to you and they're looking for your love and your acceptance because when you catch them early, they just so happy that somebody wants to deal with them and be a part of something. And if what you're creating for them to be a part of is just an extension of what you was trying to get them away of, then you're just adding more negativity to them and they're not changing. You're just making them a better skilled gang member or or just, you know what I'm saying, just a behavior problem child. And what I'm saying is, coaches, you have to remember that there used to be a certain code and a certain honor in being a head coach or assistant coach. There was a certain standard. I'm not, cussing, that's fine. As long as you ain't just cussing them out and just taking them down through there and hollering. Yeah, tough love. You getting them ready. But there was a time where men were men. You had the gangsters over here and you had the men over here. And them men were willing to stand up against the gangsters and the gang members to protect these kids. Now those lines are getting blurry. And a lot of times now the coaches are the gangsters or the former thugs or the bad, and that's cool. Like I said, we all have a past. I got a past, I get it. But as men, we're failing. And no time should you ever put stuff on the set around a child or call a woman an H word or using the big compound sentences around these kids because they look up to you. Kids will forever be, well, for the most part, kids will always just be a product of their environment, or they'll be a reflection of what they were taught, or likeness of whatever the image was that they was molded by. So what I'm saying is, coaches smelling like weed, just talking crazy and riding them in your car, listening to just the wrong type of music. Now I'm gonna say this, and I hate to really get on the music part, but what I'm saying is you actually had the opportunity to show them something different. Now I'm not saying you can't listen to rap, but it's just certain swags that when kids are with their coach that you want to get them away from. So all I'm saying is we have to do better as men. Now I understand for us, we were failed as kids, and when we get in certain environments and certain elements, we get comfortable. We amongst our people. And so we might not feel like what we doing is wrong. We might feel like it's okay to talk this, and that. But you have to understand that at the end of the day, you're here to offer these kids a different point of view and a different look on life. And as coaches, if you don't really understand it, then it's okay to go somewhere, read a book, or go to, get your thoughts together until you ready. I don't know. I don't know if there's a training on, how to be a better coach from a man standpoint. I don't know. But what I'm saying is no child should be the leader of men. And when you still doing childish things, no child should be the leader of children. That's a man's job. And when you don't fully understand how to be a man, you can't teach other men how to be men. If you talking bad about your wife in front of these young men, what you think they gonna grow up to do? They ain't gonna respect women. If you putting stuff on gangs and you still gang affiliated and you swag yourself as a gang member and you think that slick is not slick, what you think you building? You're creating that culture. You get what I'm saying? So my personal opinion, if you just not that guy, you don't need to be a coach, period. Like if your passion is not there and you just doing it for, for self-righteousness, you in the wrong profession. I really challenge coaches to really start digging deep and asking themselves, how have I affected any child that I didn't came into contact with? What have I given them? What have I pouring into them? And if you can't answer that, to me, coaching is not for you. I see too many times where coaches use kids as just pawns in their ego wars. And they building little soldiers. And they get so lost in it that they forget to build men. And I really feel like we're missing the mark. Coaches will forever be the frontline defense of our community as far as keeping these young men on track. And we're failing. We just using them up for their skill set. They just slipping through the cracks. We have to do better, though. We have to do better. I really hate to see that. We have to get in these communities. We have to go to these schools. And you don't have to be there every day. I understand people have lives. But it should be more to just teaching them X's and O's and still feeling that you can do what you want to do. Uh, I really don't know what else to say. It's just I had to touch on that, man, because I see it a lot. And my personal opinion, it's okay to show kids that you can be something different. It's okay. You don't have to earn their respect as an OG. You already got it as a coach. You feel me? Uh, One thing I know I had to learn is when you a real man, the way you conduct yourself and carry yourself, and you do it the right way, it's gonna come with respect. I mean, you gonna always have people who gonna be who they are. They're gonna be idiots. But when you are a real man and you conduct yourself in such a way, no matter what room you walk in, what field, what court you step on, when you are a real man, people gonna automatically respect you. And they're gonna treat you a certain way. They're gonna listen to you. They're gonna conduct themselves a certain way around you. Like for example, and I'm not the only coach who has the respect from them kids, for their kids. There's a lot of coaches out there. But my kids not even allowed to put stuff on God around me. My kids not allowed to swear to God. My kids, they know to be respectful. My kids, they know even though I can't control what you're doing at home, I'm trying to help you work on that. But when they're around me, they don't do the certain stuff that they would do around me to their parents. They like, oh man, Coach E looking. It's a certain the way I conduct myself around my kids demands a certain response. Does that make sense? And like I said, I know I'm finna get some backlash. My phone probably gonna ring, and that's cool. But what I'm saying is, our youth sports organization should offer something more than just being a extension of our communities. We have to get out of it. It's so much more to life than being a Crip in the blood or a Black disciple, gangster disciple, vice lord. It's so much more to life than that. It's so much more to just being who you were as a child. Like we have to get out of that. Our kids are watching us, and it seems like it falls on us because we get them first to change this ongoing cycle that's going on. Man, these boys getting younger and younger as murderers. These boys are getting, man, I don't know if some of y'all for me, but if you go to Rivendell, man, go look at these kids, man. They ain't got nobody. They ain't got nobody. Could you imagine being a little child and all you want in life is just to be loved and just receive the attention from somebody? That's their only worry in life. But you so caught up in your ways and you so caught up in your ego. Hey, you only worth something to me if you already ready and you got a certain skill set. Whew. So look, I'm gonna close it on saying this. We have to start understanding that we are so much more as men, especially black men. And even though you might have not accomplished certain things in life, you are so much more than just a gang member or a big homie or that guy. I know a lot of times in our community, we've been respected in certain elements and certain aspects of life for so long that when we fail in certain things or to become, certain at a certain level, we always resort back to what got us our respect because we might be still stuck in that environment that it's hard to let go. But at the same time, it's more to life than just being that guy. It's okay. You get what I'm saying? Like, elevate. Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Or learn from what you look at where you went wrong and pour it into these kids. But you don't have to win over the respect by these kids because you was a guy that went to the penitentiary or because you was an OG blood or just any gang. I keep saying blood on accident, my bad. But because, you conduct yourself a certain way and that's what our community like. I'm not saying you gotta wear a suit. I ain't saying you gotta wear polo shirts, whatever you consider, dressing up. I ain't saying you gotta do that. You still can have your certain swag, but you don't have to, you know, be the rappers. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say that because it sounds corny because a lot of y'all are genuinely who you are, but at the same time, it doesn't mean you can't dial back and try to offer and be something new so you can offer these kids something new. Because if all we doing is producing the next generation of youth football coaches, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, we failing. We are failing. When I get on YouTube, all I see is coaches who just shares kids who signed on who probably going to the league or signed like a big football scholarship. I don't really never see people sharing, hey man, knew the doctor, he played for it. Like, they don't really care about this. So, hey man, check this out. All I'm saying is, and I'm gonna wrap it up here. Let's get away from the gang culture. Let's get away from the smelling like weed. Let's get away from the certain inappropriate conversations around kids, and let's start acting like men around these kids. Let's start raising men. Let's start respecting the coaching position more and accepting the role of, hey, we role models. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I just want to let you know we greatly, greatly appreciate all the feedback, all the support. Hey, you just don't understand how much it means to us. But check us out on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description. And if you're watching this on YouTube, check us out on Facebook. I'll put the profile name in the description. Also, if you like to make a donation, I'll put the link in the description also, and I'll probably put the screenshot right here. And then also, feel free to email us. I'll put the link in the description. Thank you once again. You just don't understand how much we appreciate y'all. The whole mission and purpose of this is to help these young men. I'm still figuring some things out, and we got some big things that's about to jump off. But once again, thank you. And as always, shout out to the sponsors. Hey, holla at your boy. This Coach E.